For more chat about geek entertainment, answers to your questions, and news from the wider world of Christian geekery, get the Christian Geek Central podcast today on iTunes and other podcast services. Oh, there's a bad guy over there that I didn't tag. Tag, you're it. Oh, and you too. Oh, man. Let's do another little sweep here. I think that there was this, I won't say who. There was an audio drama group years ago that they did really. I mean, it was all volunteer, but it was really, especially for volunteers, really high quality stuff. What they would put together, really nice. And they would put together, audio trailers and stuff for their material. But the guy that was doing the audio trailers, he either had a very, very subtle lisp, or he had some kind of gear in his mouth like I have right now.
And so it was just a little bit a little bit funny when he'd be saying these really intense things, but have just the slightest bit of a speech impediment.
Oh no, that's a Colossi! Oh, crap. Okay. Those guys are tough. If they get activated, they are a pain in the butt. So I want to try to avoid activating them at all costs. All right. Whew. 33 minutes left on this game. Might need all 33 of those. Man, I'm not even sure where to begin. I kind of want to get on the borders of this area again. Let's see here. Got to catch up on just a couple comments. A couple of Joel Nelsons. He said, I would love to see an M-rated Star Wars game where you play only as Darth Vader. M-rated for the violence, not language or nudity. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be cool if they did a Path of Neo type thing. There was a video game called The Matrix Path of Neo, which retold the story of the Matrix, all from Neo's perspective, and in a way that's kind of added a little bit of material here and there, just kind of video gameized it, and just a second chance at retelling a lot of that story from his perspective. It would be cool to have an Anakin saga, big epic video game where you play as Anakin, and they kind of give us a more compelling and interesting version of that character than we got in the prequels, kind of a second shot for Anakin's origin story, I mean, still hit all the same plot points, but go with a different performance. And I don't even think necessarily a different performer. Oh, nice, okay. Because I think that what's that actor's name? Help me out, guys. He can deliver a darker, edgier performance. But for whatever reason, what came out, either because of a lack of direction or just kind of unusual direction from Skywalker, what's his name? Skywalker Ranch, George Lucas. We got this kind of version of Anakin that people were just generally not happy with. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do, that actor. Gosh, guys, help me out. What that actor's going to do in the Obi-Wan prequel series, because it's been established that he is returning as Anakin Skywalker, as Darth Vader. What is going on? Where's my bird? Why can't I use my... There we go. He was locked or something. That was weird. Hayden Christensen. Thank you, Joel. Yeah, I don't think that they would have him... I I don't think they would have him playing Darth Vader again, or Anakin, you know, whatever, because I think he'll just do it when the helmet's off. Which makes me wonder, like, how often are we going to see Hayden Christensen playing that role? Because at this point in the timeline, he's got the suit on. Maybe we'll find out that Darth took the helmet off a lot more often than we realized. But anyway, I don't think Christensen, even though, you know, his career hasn't really taken off in the way that, say, Natalie Portman's has since those movies, I don't think he's starving for work enough that he would do this role again if there wasn't something in it for him. So I greatly suspect that he was enticed to play that role again because of the chance to kind of take a second crack at playing that character. Because I'm sure he knows as the years have gone on that it just was not a favorably received version of that character. And now it's out of Lucas's control. Disney's doing it. I'll just bet you there was like a backroom conversation where they were like, Hayden, we want to do what you will be excited about. And here's what we got to do. I'll bet there's a vision that's been cast in back rooms that has a good chance of pleasing fans and pleasing Christensen as an actor. All right. Focus now, Pater. Enough Star Wars. We got people to kill. Joel Nelson says, I love playing as the bad guy. Games are interesting from that point of view. Yeah, I certainly agree that they can be, and I've often found that to be the case. I will often explore being the bad guy, one, for utilitarian reasons, so I can have a consistent character role play kind of like in mind that'll allow me to get the loot and the equipment that I want, because that's ultimately what I want. It's the mechanics I'm most interested in. And playing as an evil character, you kill whoever you want to gain experience and gain their loot. You know, it makes sense playing an evil character. So utility is one of the main reasons that I'll play as an evil character. But other times, I will play as an evil character to explore the developer's philosophy. Because you can get an idea, and sometimes being the evil character, the bad guy, happens by making choices that I actually think are more moral choices. But the developer clearly thinks that those are evil choices, you know. And so it kind of like brings clarity to and exposes the developer's worldview a little bit more by making certain choices that... oh, you don't see me. You don't see me. Just come in here. Do not wake the Colossi, please. Die, 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 die. Are we good? All right, we're good. We're good. Jeez Louise. That was much closer than I wanted it to be. Okay. See, the Colossi won't activate if you're in line of sight of them. That's not what triggers them. They will activate if a bad guy sees you or if you're spotted killing a bad guy. I can't remember now. I don't trigger them often because they are a pain to deal with. He's too far away to respond to my whistle. How about this sleeping guy? Here we go. Yeah, come back here. What's up? Better check out that sound. What the crap was that? Oh no! Okay, it's on. Ah, crap. Oh, dang, there's the Colossi. Oh, wait, no, that's not a Colossi. Is that a Colossi? What am I looking at here? Okay, no Colossi yet. Oh, what was that? Oh, crap. Oh, there's the Colossi. He's got the glowing bits. I gotta get out of here. Oh, don't climb yet, girl. Don't climb yet. Oh, that one's gonna wake up. No? No, not yet? Maybe I didn't wake up a colossi. I thought I had. Okay, I'm out of sight at the moment, but they know about where I am. Okay, just one of you. Just one of you, please. Just this guy, maybe. Oh, no. Ah, crap! Oh, crap! My gosh. Oh. Ow! How are we doing? We good? All right. I'm amazed that did not alert the whole camp. Oh! Hey! It's donut time! Okay, place your bets. Place your bets. String of saliva, or we're gonna go clean here. You have a second to bet. I gotta get a paper towel. I'm betting string of saliva. All right. Let's do profile so you can see maybe a little bit better. Gotta watch carefully now, okay? Ah, there it was. You see that? You see that? Okay. All right. Oh. I can talk impediment free for just a few minutes here while I enjoy this sugar-raised donut from Quick Trip. Rugged Warrior says, I recently got the platinum for Infamous 1 and 2 and Second Son, and some of the evil choices I had to do made me a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I totally can relate to that. There have been times, I think playing Skyrim, where I went down the assassin path to just explore what they did, what the writers do. And sometimes, sometimes making the evil choices, it just means nothing to me. It's purely mechanical. I just want the loot. I just want the XP. But like, I think at the end of that assassin path, there's like you're meeting this dark god and making weird sacrifices or something. I don't remember the specifics, but it was some dark stuff. I was like, ugh, yeah, I don't feel good about this. But I still wanted to see kind of like what the writers did with that kind of moment and how it played out and stuff like that. So, and I like that. I like when a game. I like this in movies too. When movies challenge the way I feel. You know, some people, they really just want movies to end on a good, positive note. They don't like feeling unsettled at the end of the movie. I won't spoil the end of the movie, but I'll name a movie. Frailty is a supernatural horror movie that has an unsettling ending. That particularly as a Christian, I look at the end of that movie and I'm like, ooh, I don't know how to feel about this, you know? And I like movies and in the rare case when it happens, games that can make me feel that and make me think about why am I feeling this way and what's going on here and stuff. And yeah, I dig that. I want to taste this donut for a moment. Saving the other one for after, because when I'm done live streaming, I can give my full attention to the donut experience. Right now, still got the lights on, got the camera on. I know you guys are there. I'm not giving myself entirely to the experience of this donut. But a little after 9 o'clock, I will. 9 o'clock my time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I mean, I don't know, I don't even think about the fact that she's killing all these people and stuff, you know. It's just mechanical. But you are definitely not playing a good person. That's one thing I do appreciate about the Assassin's Creed games, though, is the complexity. I mean, very predictably, they portray all monotheists pretty much as evil and hypocrites and stuff like that. And so they get the worst of the treatment. They are usually the enemies. But in recent games, I feel like they've been exploring and acknowledging the fact that, you know, there's issues with the assassins, too. I can't remember the specifics, but I think it was something in Valhalla. The first few hours I played of Valhalla that made me feel like... I think I've commented on my review video, so I'd have to watch it again to remind myself, but... So yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate any game or movie that kind of gets me thinking. All right. That was very good. Alas, it is done. And so I must put the splint back into my mouth. I don't have to brush my teeth every time, but I try not to have bits of food matter on the teeth that are going to get covered up by the splint. All right, got to put this slimy, spitty thing back in. There we go. It's back to this pater now. Headphones. All right, back in it. To what? To win it. So, let's see. Let's look at our objectives here. We've got 2 captains to kill and a whole bunch of other stuff to do. Now, shooting that thing, is that going to alert the... Oh, that didn't work. Do I got to get closer? I'm afraid this is going to alert that Colossi somehow. There we go. We good? Yeah? Okay, we're good. Whew. Oh. There's stuff down here to discover. Man, this is not an inviting place. Although it has some nice loot. So I guess it's inviting in that sense. Oops. Yeah, back on the topic of like the sparse release dates for oh, Joel says I can't tell the difference with the stint in or out, or the splint is I think what you mean. Well, that's good. I figured that some people would be kind of less tuned to that than I would be. I think if you're just kind of an auditory person in a similar way that I am, you pick up on some of that stuff and other people just don't. So that's cool. Rugged Warrior says, the final choices in Infamous 2 is definitely interesting. I don't want to spoil it. I really wish those games would get ported to PlayStation 4/PlayStation 5. For some reason, they have not done that. And, you know, backwards compatibility is a dead dream. I've been tempted at times when it's on sale to get Infamous Second Son. As I understand it, you don't have to have played the previous games in order to enjoy that one, but something in me just still wants to. Anyway, I am totally content for games to not be releasing right now. And that's a bit selfish, you know, because I'm content because it removes temptation for me to buy games that I maybe wouldn't buy or I wouldn't get around to, at least until they're much more heavily discounted. Oh, that's a Colossi right there. Tricky, tricky. All right, well, let's see. Let's see. Will the Colossi see me kill him? Is that how that works? I can't even remember now. You know what? I got bushes over here, don't I? Oh, bushes over here. Yeah, let's do it, girl. All right. Here's how it's going down. Wake up. Oh, crap. This guy's walking by at a really bad moment. Oh, is this going to work out perfectly? Over here, dude. Is that guy going to see anything? You see nothing. You see nothing. And yet... Or you going to pee right on me, dude? What's going on? Better check it out. Oh, crap! What? No! I totally should have succeeded at that. And now this Colossi is going to wake up. No, I'm not in line of sight at the moment. Come on, girl. Oh my gosh, you are hurting though. Oh my gosh, get out! Get out! Climb, girl, climb! Do not get shot, do not get shot. Go, 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 go. Oh man, I can't remember the thing. Where's the button for, Oh crap, please don't shoot me. Climb, girl, climb. Oh, dang it! Where's the... Which... I can't remember how to heal! Jump! Oh, girl, you gotta go. Oh. No. I can't... Go, 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 go. Girl, jump. Why are you not going up? I am pressing so hard up on this stick. That was not cool. Okay. Where is my heal button? Oh, I'm out of, Oh, I get it. Okay, those little widgets at the bottom there. I have one yellow one right now. I need one of those to heal. And she was like blowing out both my health and my widgets at the same time. Oh. Jeez Louise. Joel Nelson says, well, my hearing is shot, so you could sound horrible and I wouldn't know. LOL. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I have been experiencing some minor issues with my own hearing that I'm hoping are related to the TMJ that my splint is treating. It's tinnitus, you know, the slight high-pitched ringing in the ears is what I have been experiencing a bit more of, or I'm more tuned into it. I'm not sure which is the case. But, you know, I'm also going on 43 in April, and so I'm just increasingly trying to be willing to let go of things that I'm used to being a certain way in my life, because I'm past my prime and my body's only going to continue deteriorating to some degree. Oh, crap. All right. So yeah, that's been a slow mental and emotional process that I've been in for a few years now. And I'm hoping, I want to navigate this time of life the way God wants me to and the way God wants to equip me to. If I'm willing to trust Him in the right areas and let go of some things. But it's an ongoing challenge. All right. Speaking of ongoing challenges. Oh my gosh, I've got 9 minutes to clear out this level. If I'm going to do this during the stream, I might have to start being more aggressive. Ah! There. Okay, let's see here. I think I got a sequence in mind. Oh. I haven't shot this one yet? Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. That Colossi is right there. Am I going to activate him? Let's see. Oh, he's going to wake up now. There he is. All right. All right, girl. He's going to start warping all over the place and chasing after me. Oh, crap. Auto-locked to the wrong one. Are those both Colossi? I can't even tell at the moment. No. Crap. Oh my gosh. Can't tell which ones are which. Alright. Oh man, I'm hurting. I'm hurting here. Let's see here. Can I switch armor in the middle of getting into it? That's what I really need. Beautiful. Okay. Good. Well, hopefully this will be a little more helpful in these types of encounters. Where'd he go? Oh, geez, right there. Ugh. Doesn't feel like it at the moment. Oh, I should let that guy... Dang it, I shouldn't have killed him. I should have just let him go and... Ah, crap! Come on, girl. Let's see here. L1, heal. There we go. Ah, dang it. Oof. Ah, crap. Yeah, there's more than one of these things now. Ugh, it's just a bunch of kiting now. Oh, crap, I didn't mean to climb that thing. Ah, dang it. Ugh. Okay, so the one guy died. Ah, crap, they keep getting me with that. That super sucks. Ah. Sometimes that aim assist does not do exactly what I want. Ah, dang! My gosh. I maybe should have waited to come here. Oh, and I'm out of practice too, so I don't even really remember kind of what moves I have available to me. Well, but I don't have any bars of things. I need to just get out of here. I need to just get the crap out. I keep running around the camp, waking up more people. There's another Colossi. He's going to wake up now. Okay, girl, you just gotta go. Oh, crap, I can't climb that? Most of this game, you're like Spider-Man. You can freaking climb anything. Oh, jeez. Yeah, let's just wake up everybody. Anybody else want to join in the party? Having a great time here. Jeez. All right. Okay, okay. Maybe if I can get a little bit more open area, then I can cheese this fight a little bit more. Oh, let's switch our armor again. Because now that I have gotten some distance... Oh, man. This is not going well at all. Oh, I got him. Nice. Oh, there is a Colossi. I was wondering if either of these guys was a Colossi. Ah, that is so lame. He's close. Yes! Come on now. No? Nice shot! Okay, okay. Oh, Joel says, I've been dealing with tinnitus since my late 20s. Some days it's really difficult to deal with it. I haven't experienced true silence in a long time. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Even just the mild tinnitus that I have, I can just imagine. There's someone else in the CGC communities got really bad tinnitus. I should try to stay out of sight, but I don't know if that's going to work out. Oh, geez, what the crap? Demon dogs! Kill the dog! Oh. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. Let's see here. So those are all my shooting abilities. What do we got over here? Oh, and this is that's a shield break, that's heal, that's extra powerful poison, and that's some kind of super stabby. I can't remember. All right. Okay, okay. Gosh, I really want to clear this base now. I'm so deep into it, and if I exit this game, it might reset a bunch of stuff. Okay. Ooh, chest down here. Even if I don't end up, like, killing everybody, I'd like to at least do all the objectives. Gosh, how do I get down there? My gosh, what happened here? Okay, so yeah, I don't know how to get access to that chest. Onward and upward. Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, here's what's up. I'm going to switch to my stealthy stuff. Because I think I wasn't killing these guys before, but I should have really been able to with one hit if I get him from stealth. Or not. Did I get him? I did. Nice. And I bought the upgrade ability so that bodies disappear now after I kill them, which is really cool, so I don't have to drag them around and hide them. I mean, that definitely takes away from kind of the real-world vibe of the game. A little faster, a little faster, a little faster, and cover. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Very good. Oh, that did not activate the dealie, so that's good news. We good? No colossi, that's good. Is there a window here? What's not sure what situation I'm looking at. Oh, he's checking stuff out. Oh crap, he saw me. All right. Let's get the ranged equipment. Ugh. Nice. Yeah. Is that a colossi? It sure might be. Oh, it was. Dang. How are we doing on objectives? One more captain and all the treasure. Jeez Louise. Well, here's one chest. If I can figure out how to get in there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good. I'll bet I'm going to have to come back to this location for a story mission anyway, and it'll all be all respawn. But at least I won't have to go around and collect everything then. Base is pretty close to empty now, but these... Some of these chests, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get to them. Oh my gosh, there are guys way down there. Is there some huge cave system? I might not be up for this. I might just have to take what I've gotten and be done. Let's see. I take this guy out. Get him, get him, get him! Yeah! Alright, so it's just the treasure that's left now. And once you find stuff on your objectives list, they stay checked. You know, the enemies might refill and respawn and fill up the whole area. But you don't have to start over in terms of, like, what you're there to do. So I might be content to stop and move on to a different game now. Let me just see if I missed something. Was that water? Oh, that is water. Oh, gross. I do not like swimming levels. Usually because they have scary shark-type creatures in them. But this maybe not so much. Anybody ever hold their breath while going through a swimming section in a video game? Or when people are in a movie holding their breath, see if you can hold your breath along with them? I do that sometimes. I can never hold my breath as long as people in movies do, especially not with how much they're exerting themselves, usually at the same time. All right, I think I'm gonna maybe get this treasure chest over here, and then exit the area and save, and get the rest of those boxes some other time. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. A lot of colossi I was able to deal with surprisingly well, given my track record of dealing with colossi. I know it wasn't very impressive to look at. Come on. What? How do I get the... All right, last chance. There better be easy access right here. Easy access? What is this? There we go. All right, just two. Just two left. I can sneak in sometime. Oof. This is one of those games, though. I mean, Francisco made a joke earlier about just watching me play Ghost Recon Breakpoint all night. And just about any Ubisoft game, I could spend an entire one of these streams playing and have a great time. The only reason a lot of times that I switch up games is purely for content creation purposes, you know, both for those watching the stream live and then later on knowing that I'm going to split it up into roughly hour-long chunks. I like to have some game variety on the channel, so in case someone's not really into Ubisoft games and watching other people play them. Let's see here. Joel Nelson says, which Assassin's Creed would you suggest for someone who's never played the games? Well, honestly, I would say Assassin's Creed Origins, because that's, as far as difficulty goes, they really changed the way the game's played, beginning with Origins, and then continued that trend into this game, Odyssey, and then also, what do you call it? Valhalla, the more recent one, where there are RPG mechanics and you can kind of do some things to mitigate difficulty by either difficulty settings that they've added that they didn't used to put in their games, or use the RPG mechanics to kind of grind your way out of trouble to some degree. It is limited, but because there's some level scaling involved. But they're different kinds of games, you know, and I think that it's worth trying one of each kind. So, for the classic style of Assassin's Creed game, I would start with... I mean, personally, I am glad I started with the first one. Many people will say, just start with Assassin's Creed 2, because there's kind of a pseudo-trilogy that starts with 2. You got 2, and then Brotherhood and Revelations, I think, are the name of all three of those games. And they all star the same protagonist in the historical setting. However, in the modern day setting, because these games are all this historical setting stuff is supposed to be kind of like a flashback, a memory that your ancestor is reliving. And so that ancestor, his story starts in the first game. But some people will say, oh, just watch YouTube videos of the modern day stuff for the first game and then start with Assassin's Creed 2. I don't know. Personally, I am glad I started with the first one, but I can see that argument as well. It is a significant step up in enjoyment in that second game. But I think you can, if you're just in it for the gameplay and you don't want some of the more annoying kinds of stealth missions, they really got rid of all the insta-fail mechanics of the series, starting with Assassin's Creed Origins. If there are any, they're very rare, and they're in optional quests. I didn't run into any in the main story, and I don't remember a single one in the optional quests either. But in the original run of games, all the way up until right before Origins, they would lean on quest types where sneak can follow somebody. If they spot you, you lose, start over, you know? And I just hate that kind of mission. And other things like protect this person. If they die, you start over. So if you don't like insta-fail mechanics, if that's a real, real off-putting element in games to you, start with Origins for sure. Because it is a fresh start both in the modern day stuff and with the timeline, where they start in the timeline of the ancient stuff too. So that would be my recommendation. Okay. One more question about Assassin's Creed here. Rugged Warrior says, is there a time frame or country you'd like an Assassin's Creed game to take place at? I am going to probably say something that will be blasphemy to hardcore Assassin's Creed fans. But I would be interested to see what they would do with a modern-day Assassin's Creed. I know, the whole game is built on flashbacks. You got modern-day, although really it's more futuristic. It's near future is the modern-day stuff. But it could still be like near futuristic and then a story that takes place in like the 90s. When you've got some cool modern-day weapons and special opsy type stuff. But then you could argue, well, isn't that just what Ghost Recon Breakpoint is? So I don't know. Really what I want is not a historical time period for Assassin's Creed. I want Assassin's Creed. I want this gameplay in a fantasy world. I want Assassin's Creed Skyrim, Assassin's Creed Elder Scrolls. I want their take on an open world fantasy RPG with a serious aesthetic. Because I know you could argue, well, they just made Immortals Phoenix Rising. There's your open world Ubisoft fantasy game. But it's got tons of puzzles. It leans on that mechanic a lot. I hate puzzles. And it's also kind of a silly, cartoony aesthetic. I want the serious visual aesthetic and vibe of many of their games, even though there's humor on the side. I know. But the overall serious aesthetic in a fantasy environment, and I want to play as a freaking wizard or at least like an assassin that uses tons of magic. So that's what I want from an Assassin's Creed game. Okay, now, moving on, let's do some... Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, baby. All right. I've played the original, loved the original. Really enjoying this one. It's a game that I tend, as I said in my recent video of top games of best games, whatever, of 2020. It's a game I tend to play in spurts. It can be the game I give my main attention to for like maybe a week or a week and a half. And then I'm kind of like, okay, I'm done with that kind of experience. But right now, I'm kind of wanting to mainline the story missions to get ready for the new DLC that's coming out. This is a remaster of a game made by a company that just completely went under. And so the idea that there's a new DLC expansion coming to this game is a really cool thing for fans. Let's see, I gotta remind myself how to play this. I played a magic user the first time around, and this time I'm playing as a male. His name is Elderast, but he's a much more physically capable and strong Elderast than I've ever had in any other game, because that's the only model that's available. You can't be a weak, frail character in this game. But I'm getting to enjoy at least one spell, that I never enjoyed and I never understood the benefit of, and so I didn't level it up at all the first time I played this game. And that's this, I don't know, it's called like Flame Mark or something like that, where you mark enemies to make them like susceptible to flame damage, and then you do a follow-up attack that just does awesome damage to them. So this there, and then boom. Oof, ouch. Mark him, roast him. Nice. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I don't think this is too crazy tough. And I got a bunch of lockpicks. Nice, okay. I don't really need the oak staff. Joel Nelson asks, did you enjoy the Assassin's Creed movie? Funny you should ask. There were some moments in it where I was like, ooh, I don't think this is coming across the way... and now the actor's name is going to fail me again. Michael Fassbender. There we go. I don't think this is coming across the way he's shooting for in his performance. So there was like some balls that I felt were dropped. But there was still a lot of things that I liked about that movie. And it was actually watching that movie that made me try the Assassin's Creed games for the first time. That came out around Christmas time, the year it came out. And then while I was on Christmas break, I got online, I saw for Xbox 360, like the first 5 games in the Assassin's Creed series were super cheap, like $1 or $2 plus shipping. Just crazy cheap on Amazon, used. And so I was like, well, here we go. And I just started, like, that later that year became the year of Ubisoft. I heralded it as my personal year of Ubisoft, because that's when I played through a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games all in one year, and then also really got into Far Cry, and I think at the very tail end of that year is when I played Ghost Recon Wildlands finally and tried it out and discovered I love it. So, yeah, so it's not like this great movie. I don't remember what I said about it in my review. If ultimately it was like a thumbs up or like a shrug, but the world interested me enough. The elements of the story interested me enough that I was like, I want to try these games. I'll probably be terrible at them and they'll just be frustrating, but I want to give them a try. And I'm so glad that I did, because even though there were some frustrating things to get through, I discovered a franchise that I really love. Ooh. Oh. And I don't think that Assassin's Creed movie was so bad that it's not worth a sequel. I would totally watch a sequel. I'd be interested to see where they were going to go with that. But I don't think it was successful enough financially to warrant a sequel, you know. Probably too much bad word of mouth. Okay. How do I... Oh yeah, that's how I do it. Okay. Oh! Gosh, I got gutted anyway. Alright. Good thing I bought a bunch of healing potions before I came here. Alright, so I missed... Oh, jeez, Louise! What? Oh my gosh, no kidding, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out. My Shoes of Flame have been severely damaged? I didn't know my equipment could get damaged like that. That's kind of nuts. Okay, okay. Oh, no. Dang it, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to open up my equipment menu. No, let's see, armor. Oh, geez, they sure have been, haven't they? Can I repair these things? How's everything else doing? Oh my gosh, all my stuff is kind of jacked up. Okay. I think I have some repair kits here. I don't remember if I'm any good at repairing or not, but... No repair kits? Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Jeez. Okay. I think everything else... Yeah, no, I should probably repair that. Everything else will probably be okay. Man, all of my armor took a beating. My gosh. Okay. No fancy dodging there. Oh, there's some right there, right? Whew. Okay. Whoa. Oh, crap. What? Oh, man. Pop! That's right. Alright, where's more bad guys? Over here? Yeah. More? Yep, they're gonna keep coming, I guess. These guys won't be tough, though. Nice. More still? No? Yeah, okay. Nice. No. Nice.
Get moving. I'll make sure they don't try that again.
Why don't you come with me, my dear?
Someone's got to make sure these ladders stay down. And you need to move before Obi-Wan's troops start falling back.
Very well. What's happened here?
We tried to fight off the two armies. They took most of our company prisoner. They threatened to execute the rest unless we lay down our arms. You can get in amongst them, silent if possible, and save what's left of the survivors.
Goodbye.
Let's see. Oh, there are more traps. I hear things clinking and clunking. Oh, that was just the door closing behind me. Okay, alright. Well, I still hear something. I don't know if that's in the next room or what. Let's see here. That's probably nothing like what I need. Oh, wait a minute. What do you got here? Oh. Oh, wait, no. I was looking at the middle thing. The middle thing is what I have, so my middle thing is way better. But I will add this to junk. What is this here? No. Junk. Don't need that. Let's see here. I think I'll just hang a left. Nice. Open up. Gosh, can I save? I haven't saved in a little while. Might be a good idea to save. Save. Yes. Very good. Boom! I love getting more than one at the same time with this. Very good. Store is opened by unusual means. Cannot be opened with keys or lockpicks. What is there? Is there a button or something? What do you want? What do you want from me? Oh, do I have to defeat all the enemies out here or something? What do you want from me? Can't be opened with keys or lockpicks. There are still enemies respawning out here. Well, what's the deal? More enemies? Oh yeah, they keep coming up the ladders, but... Okay, one of the ladders fell, and there goes the other one. So let's see if it'll unlock now. It's probably just an arbitrary, like, you need to do this gamey thing. Yep, okay. Hey, I wanted to let you know there are some dates below in the description of some live events coming up that you may not want to miss. And also, while I have your attention, check out my playlists to see some content that maybe you missed already that you'll be glad you found. That's all.